morning, Chamber members. Welcome to Monday Minute for Monday, August the 10th, 2020. Have some news for you about the job numbers that were reported on Friday. Specifically, the Canadian Chamber says that today's positive job growth across the country and sectors continues the 3-month trend of an economy that is slowly reopening. The initial return of work is promising, but today's numbers demonstrate that momentum is slowing and that we have an extended recovery period ahead of us. So while there's positive news, there are some caution. Specifically, they talk then further about the restaurant industry, and while they did see employment rise by 101,000 jobs across those accommodations in the last month, the industry is still only at a 74.9% number of the February level, so at 75%. So restaurants, we know, are the ones that are struggling the most and that will take the longest to recover. What they're looking for is some change in strategy, perhaps, from the government on policies and economic work that will see Canadians go off of these support programs and find us with more growth-oriented policies, specifically related to EI and others. So there's some good news there. As well, the Saskatchewan job numbers actually put us second highest in the country with the growth of jobs, and that our employment recovery rate puts us near tops in the country. And so that's a really positive thing. We're seeing that our employers are not as impacted as some other parts of the country. The other thing I wanted to talk about today was something that's been a really positive announcement specifically for our chamber. You'll recall that last fall, the Saskatchewan Chamber and the Battlefords Chamber of Commerce co-sponsored an item at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce policy session specific to a review of the tax system in Canada. We know that our tax system is very arduous, it's very complex, and no government in successive years has wanted to take on the task of a review of that system. And so we're really pleased to see that the Canadian Chamber has announced an 8-person expert panel to take on a tax review to spur recovery on during this time of COVID. And then we've seen that through this in other parts of the world where a study has been undertaken, that governments then have taken on some of those recommendations. So we certainly hope to see that follow through, because we recognize that the governments of the day will not be looking for more work in doing a royal commission or a review of the tax system, but it's desperately needed to get us moving and make us more competitive, not only nationally, but of course internationally. That's the news for today. I hope you have a great week in business, and we look forward to seeing you next week, next Monday.